I'm Christina with Tinagirl Life. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Finnish blueberry pie called Mustikkapiirakka. It's delicious. It's something that I grew up with. In my home, we had it mostly in the summertime because that's when blueberries were fresh. But now with frozen blueberries, you can make it so easily. So let's get started on the base. It's quick and easy to make. I even have my oven going at 350 already. And let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by creaming our butter and our sugar together. Now I'm using my Breville hand mixer. You may have seen my video before on my Breville hand mixer. You might want to check that out. You could do this by hand, or if you have a stand mixer, that would work great as well. Okay, now we're going to add 1 egg. Mix it up really good. Next, we're going to add a cup of flour, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Oh, that's looking good. Oh, my oven is ready. Okay, that was so easy. We're gonna press the dough into my pie plate. Now I did spray my pie plate with a little bit of non-stick spray, just to make sure. I'm gonna use my clean hands to press this in. It's almost like a cookie dough. It almost feels like. So we're gonna press that and press it up the sides to make nice sides on the side of our pie. So like I said, this is a pie that you would have in the summertime. It's really, really delicious with fresh blueberries, but you can make it with other fruit as well. I was just visiting my mom and dad the other day, and my mom had actually made this same pie using rhubarb. So I think you could use any fresh fruit that's in season. Just making sure that the pie crust is the same thickness all the way around. I'm gonna run my finger around the edge just to give it like a little bit of a flat top here. Okay, set that aside. Okay, let's get started making the filling. So we're gonna start out with, let me see the measurement here, about 1 cup of sour cream. So I had sour cream that I've had in my fridge for a little while. I don't want it to go bad, so I'm going to use it in this recipe. And what we're going to add to this is some sugar. So I have to keep looking at my paper because I had to readjust the amounts because this was all in deciliters. So this is 0.75 deciliters, which is about 1/3 of a cup. And I'm adding that to my sour cream. And I'm mixing that in, and then I'm going to add 1 egg. And I wanted to show you these beautiful little egg cups that I have. This was actually painted by my grandmother in Sweden. And it's so beautiful. I have a set of 4 of those. I'm gonna add the 1 egg to the mixture. And then we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but vanilla is unbelievably expensive right now. In our store, it's probably over $40 for about less than 500 mils. So I actually learned how to make my own. So we're gonna add about a teaspoon. And that just lasts forever. Okay, so now I'm using frozen blueberries here. And a little trick is to add I'm just adding a heaped tablespoon of flour to this just to keep them from sticking together. So I'm just gonna kind of toss that flour around the blueberries just to coat them. Okay, the next step is to pour the blueberries, and I'm gonna pour them right into the pan, but I'm not gonna pour every single one. I'm gonna leave a couple for the end. And I'm gonna spread these evenly along the bottom of my pie plate. And then I'm going to pour the sour cream mixture over top. As you can see, this is a really easy recipe to make. If you have company coming over, it's quick to whip this up. There's no strange ingredients in it. It's probably stuff that you have in your house already, which is the best kind of recipe. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of wiggle this around. Coat all those blueberries. Looks pretty. And then I'm gonna add, now I got a bit of the flour here, so I don't want to drip the flour on top. So I'm just gonna take out the blueberries and kind of pop them on top. Just space them out. And those ones are gonna kind of sit on top as it bakes, just for decorative value. You don't actually have to do this part. You could just mix all the blueberries in if you wanted to. Okay. And this is ready to go into a 350-degree oven or 200 degrees Celsius. So that's going to bake in the oven for about 30 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me today on Tinagirl Life as we made Finnish blueberry pie or Mustikkapiirakka. I'm going to put the recipe below in the description, so if you just scroll down, you'll see my description and you'll also see a place where you can leave a comment. And I would love to know where you're watching my video from and if you make this pie as well, and I'd love to know the variations that you make when you make this pie. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, that's that little red button there in the corner. And if you click on that bell that you see there as well, you'll be the first to know every time I upload a new video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own vanilla. So right now in our Costco here in Canada, a small bottle of vanilla costs about $40. And that's at Costco, so it's expensive. But I figured out a way to make it myself. And what I did was I went to the liquor store and I bought a bottle of whiskey. So I just bought this Jim Beam Kentucky Straight Bourbon whiskey, and then I found some vanilla beans. And the vanilla beans come usually in a pack of 2 or 3 of them, and they're not cheap, but you're going to use this for a long time. So I found them actually at an Italian grocer in our town. I've seen them at different delicatessens. I don't usually see them actually at the grocery store. I've seen them at bulk food stores as well. So you'll want to buy a few of them. And I say a few because if you can get 2 or 3, that's great. If you can buy more of them, even better. And so in this bottle, I just pop them in straight like this. And I have about 10 of them in there. And you just pop your lid on and give it a little shake. And every once in a while, give it a shake. And within a few months, you'll be able to use it, and it's really great. I use it all the time. You definitely want to keep in mind, though, that you're going to use it in baked products. Because you're using whiskey, that does not change the alcohol content. So if you're making smoothies in the morning and pouring your vanilla extract in there, you could be giving yourself a shot of whiskey every morning in your smoothie, which for some people that might not be a bad thing, but it's probably not what you want on your drive to work. Okay, putting that aside, I want to show you something else that I have made for years. I've got this old containers. You can see it's like from the 80s almost. And that's because I've been probably using it for that long. And all you do is you put your vanilla beans in sugar. So a lot of European baking uses vanilla sugar in their recipes. And so this is, I just made my own. So again, I bought vanilla beans. I actually cut them up. So in my sugar, you can actually see little teeny vanilla beans rumbling about in there. So super easy. When I do take a teaspoon of this or a tablespoon of this for my baking, I'm trying to avoid the big pieces. And it's drying out a bit, but sugar always stays nice. And this is really nicely flavored sugar for your recipes.